tell us about your shirt choice.
Went in the closet. It was either out of Dev, Dane, or Barryon. And I think Dane's been playing pretty good, so I decided to wear Dane today. Looks good, though. Looks good.
Looks good. Nice shirt.
Thank you.
South Carolina is they've been scoring a lot of points at home. Is there an added sense of urgency knowing that in order to win this game, the offense might have to really put up some numbers against this team?
I think, just going into any environment, it's going to be difficult to try to go out there and put up numbers. We know they're going to come there with their fan base and just be electric and be loud and just trying to be dominant and trying to win within that atmosphere of trying to win the game. I think for us, it's just staying poised and just understanding we got to control what we can control. We can't control what the atmosphere is going to be like. We can't control the crowd noise. You really can't control anything besides what we do on the field and how we go out there and execute our plays, whatever Coach Cohen calls. So, if we try to go shot for shot with them, I don't think anybody should go shot for shot. I think you got to play your game and be strategic in the way you go about stuff. So, we know what they're going to do, and we got to be able to do what we can do and try to keep it a close game, or if not, come away with the W.
That atmosphere, they got the sandstorm, they got the chicken curling. Either one of them more annoying than the other?
Luckily, I didn't get to play in South Carolina 2021, but I sat on my couch when I was injured, and I heard the rooster sound the entire time from my TV. So it's pretty annoying. We had it out here today just to kind of simulate that. So if you can just try to, get rid of that noise and just focus on the game, I think it was zoned out probably by like quarter two for me, probably quarter one.
Is there something about going on the road that helps you guys lock in and focus a little more?
Yeah, you get to ruin somebody Saturday. You get to ruin someone Saturday night. The fans get to go and they're watching 3 hours of football, and then you get a Kentucky win, and now they're driving home pretty sad. So just going to a place where you can ruin someone Saturday and come away with a tough victory. And you saw that against Mississippi State. I think we took the crowd out of it within the first quarter. So, once you take the crowd out of the game, then it just feels like a home game to you, because now the fans are no longer cheering for them and cheering for us.
The run game's been pretty tough lately, but there's been a couple of sparks, like Ramon's 74-yard run. Can you just, speak to how that carries into this week's game?
Moan's coming up next, but I just want to let y'all know he was moving. He was moving, man. Moan, that was definitely big, and I think it's good to see things like that. It's good to see the guys step up, and it's always a next man mentality. And for Moan to go out and do that, he provided a spark for our offense to get in the end zone. I really wanted him to finish it and have that touchdown, so that touchdown really goes to him. I wish I could take it off my stat sheet, but just to be able to for guys to come in and just still bring that juice and that fresh legs, no matter the score. I think it shows to us that guys are still fighting, and no matter the outcome, they're going to keep going and keep clawing until the last whistle's blown. And to have him and Kai to come in and just anybody, I think AB stepped up big this year and had some key clutch catches and his touchdown. So just to have those moments of those guys coming in and just playing until the end.
Ray, what are you seeing from the Gamecock defense? They have a mixture of young guys and then a good amount of veterans on that side of the football.
For sure. I think, it starts with their linebackers. They got two good linebackers who are very lateral in their movement and very electrifying and just always have a high motor. So, kind of understanding where they are on the field and kind of neutralize them and try to find the weaknesses in their games, which it's not many, but, you could find some stuff in there. And their secondary is pretty strong. I think they got some guys. I know they had a freshman All-American with number 21, and, just all around their secondary is pretty stout and pretty physical. I got a chance to play against them last year, and I kind of know what they're going to bring. I have a feeling they're going to try to stop the run. So our best bet is, to try to get the pass game going and then try to wear them down with the run later on, or vice versa, try to wear them down with the run, then go pass. So we know what they're game planning for, and we got to be able to go out there and execute our game.
Kind of to expand on something you said earlier, Liam told us that you guys kind of like this situation where you go on the road and it's us against everybody, us against the world. Is there kind of a mindset there that serves this particular team better?
For sure. I mean, every day it's Kentucky versus the world. It's Kentucky versus everybody. It's the city of Lexington versus everybody. So, you step onto a field, and anybody that's trying to step in our way of where we're trying to reach and where we're trying to build and establish on, you got to have that mindset. You got to have that mindset that it's us against everybody. If you're not with Kentucky, if you're not with Lexington, then who are you with? Because you're not with us. So that you got to have that mindset going in on the road games like that. And even when we're here and we're in this stadium, when we were in this stadium going against other opponents, like it was us versus the world.
You and Kenneth were the last two on the field. Could you just talk about that moment that you all had?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Kendall's been here for about 20 years, so and I've been here for about 6 months. So I really just wanted him to know that he wasn't, he had some support coming out the field. I understand it was his last time being on Kroger Field, but to know that there was a guy there when he turned around and he didn't feel he was alone, and that I was going to be there for him no matter what. And like I told him, I was like, don't let the camera see you cry. Don't let nobody see you when you're down, because you gave it everything that you gave for 6 years. You did everything you could on this field. You accomplished some really good things, and you had some losses. So just understand that just because what you're doing on this field is coming to an end, but your career is still ahead of you. And I wanted him to know that there's still a lot of game left for him. And we got 3 more games, and why not go out with a bang and go 3-0 and make all the fans here in Kroger and Lexington happy and go get that ball game win.
Neither one of these teams have accomplished quite what it had set out to do when the season started, but there's a lot on the line for these last 2. Do you kind of anticipate it being pretty intense on both sides?
For us in South Carolina and Louisville, you say?
Well, just you in South Carolina for this week.
Us in South Carolina next week. I mean, you got to go in there and treat it like it's a normal game. I think if you try to make the game bigger than what it is, and people try to do more than what they need to do. So I think our mantra in here is to go out there and play our game, and just treat this like this is just week 11. It's week 11 to us. This isn't nothing bigger than it is, and we need to go out there and play our game and do what we can do and control what we can control. And again, once you start thinking bigger picture, I think that's where people start to try to do more than they need to do. Perfect.
All right, folks, thank you very much.
One last thing to say. Shout out Slacks for outfit. Looks pretty good today.
Look on, I'll have to iron today.
Obviously, you had a big moment in the game, even though it was a rough game. You're 74 yards, and then you completed 3,000 career yards. Could you just speak to that moment, especially working your way back from the injury?
So as a kid, I always remember kind of watching college football later on in the season and just seeing Alabama play. So to make a play like that against a team like that was a pretty big deal to me. I didn't know about the 3,000 yards, but I was definitely happy after I just had a long journey, whatever, and just obviously practicing from summer to now. Finally being able to get a good little run in and stuff like that, just weeks and weeks of practicing hard, stuff like that. It felt good to get out there with my guys and make a play.
Some big games left to be played. Do you feel like you really have a bigger role now carved out?
I just feel like it's like Ray said earlier, it's always next man up. So whenever your number's called, just be ready and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the mentality I'm gonna have moving forward, and that's the mentality everybody has, especially in the running back room and wide receiver room, etc. So we all just kind of carry that, and whenever your number's called, just make a play.
Did any of Ray or any of the other guys give you a hard time for getting caught?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But it was, that was a great play. He made a great play. Next time I'm gonna make the play, but on that play he made it. So
I would have been tired after 74 yards too.
yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna make sure I get that in my bag, man. Just keep training, keep working hard, so the next time I get the opportunity to get a touchdown.
Is that situation a little bit unusual when you coming off an injury and not had a great deal of carries to have that open field in front of you?
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of crazy because you first build your confidence in practice, you know what I'm saying? So just making those plays in practice and just all right, one day it's gonna happen, you know what I mean? And kind of just keep making the play, and then when like I said, when your opportunity comes and opportunity's there, you gotta make the play. So that's what I did.
How do you stay positive through that? You said one day it's going to happen. How do you keep that mentality?
Just the team, people around you, uplifting you, you know what I mean? And it's even not really so much seeing the field as much, you still got people in practice every time you make a play, good run, coaches uplifting you and stuff like that. Because at that point, it's if it's not for your team and the people around you, it's pretty hard. So I got a good team around me, so they kept me uplifting and stuff like that.
The game wasn't going as you had hoped, but your teammates' reaction to that run was pretty special. Did you feel that from them?
Yeah, definitely, especially as an old dude now, man. So just having a special bond with people on the team, you know what I'm saying? Even people that might have had their, heads down or whatever at that moment, picked it right up and, tried to celebrate with me and stuff like that. So that was much appreciated, and I do the same for them. So.
Everybody good? All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I like to give out a speech, but like I don't know the podium. Not used to the podium.
Good. Well, tell us what you've seen from South Carolina defense on film.
They move a lot. They're really explosive and they can make plays. We just got to be able to hone into our details, focus on us, and we should be able to run the ball.
You guys kind of have that road warrior mentality, like you can lock in, no distractions.
Yeah, we try to at least have fun too with it. Coming to the end of the season, everybody just playing for something, and we just playing hard and trying to have fun with our stuff. So just trying to have fun on these road games and get into it with the crowd and stuff.
Both teams have had some disappointing losses this season, but there's still a lot to play for on both ends. Do you kind of anticipate this being really intense? And
with their record, they playing for a bowl game, trying to get in the bowl game. So you're going to get they all. So we got to go in with that same mentality of playing hard and playing through the whistle and giving our all each play.
How important is it for y'all just to kind of set the tone up front in the trenches at the start of the game?
It's important. It's huge. We lead from the front. It all starts from the front. So for us to have a good game, our offensive line, the big blue wall, got to hone in and start off fast and be able to run the ball, pass the ball, throw the ball, do whatever we need to do to win at the end of the day.
I'd imagine it's kind of tough, after I forget what the numbers are right off the top of my head, but it's been a little tough sledding. How do you try to keep everybody positive and moving forward, knowing that there is still plenty of good football you can put on tape these final few games?
Yeah, just taking it one play at a time, honing in for that one play, letting everybody know that this one play matters now. Try to establish that in the huddle before we start running our plays and stuff. Just honing in on one play, getting 1% better on that play that we got right now, then going on from there.
Communication with y'all and Devin has to be pitch perfect. How have you guys, or how will you guys this week try to fine tune that in a really loud environment?
I think this season we've been doing a good job of doing what we're doing well, he talked to us basically. He talked to us with our cadence and stuff. So just being on the same page with him, we've been doing it already for this long portion of the season. So just doing what we know.
those roosters stick with you when you go home and lay down and go to sleep? Do you still hear the roosters and the music when you go to bed?
Pretty catchy, honestly. Pretty fun. You get into it. You get jam with it too. So I think it's going to be fun for me. So it's my first time being there. So it's going to be an experience.
All right, folks. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.